This is FanSpeak, a weekly live show where the fans of comics and its community are our guests. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the show. This is FanSpeak, a weekly live show where the fans of comics and its community are our guests. All right, there we go. It popped on again. YouTube does that, unfortunately, from time to time, and I don't know why they have that thing in place, but they do have it where it kicks off your mute. I do apologize for that, but nevertheless, hello. Welcome to the show. Today, of course, is FanSpeak, and we are joined by a big group of people here. We're going to have a chat. Unfortunately, we did have a last-minute cancellation, so the show originally we were going to sit and talk to an indie creator, as we usually do, but unfortunately, we couldn't make that happen today. He's actually on an airplane, so that's not going to happen, but that's all right. We will sit and chat as we usually do, and we'll cover the news, and we thank all of you for being in here as usual. And do keep in mind that we have all our links down below, as I always like to mention. And we want you to be involved. Go down there, be part of FanSpeak, and we see that's growing all the time, and we appreciate that. And also, we had a really good fan edition of Drawing a Quarter yesterday. That was a lot of fun, drawing Bellet, one of my favorite heroines, actually, and American culture anyway. From Howard's Conan. I really enjoyed us doing that. We had some great pieces. So thanks to all of you for coming over, watching that, and making that such a big show. One of these days, we are going to break that 100, though. But it was a great show yesterday. We really enjoyed that, so thank you. But other than that, I think, if you do want to be on the fan edition or you want to be on the show, just hit my links up and contact me and tell me, and I will make it happen, as I do almost every day. We got people that want to get on that fan edition list has gotten quite big. But nevertheless, let's go over here and say hello to our panel. Hey, George.
Greetings, everybody.
Hey. Hey, Denali.
Hey, how's everybody doing? But funny that you were talking about Bellet. I actually picked up the comic book from my comic book store today.
Why?
Yeah, really bad. Yeah.
Why?
Is it?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yes. We warned you like 2 weeks ago.
We reviewed it.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, well. It's my love of Conan, unfortunately.
Well, the thing with that though, we have to be thankful though, right? Because we've got two separate Conan books, three really, if you add the crossover they're doing. But we have two Conan books. They're both starting out really well, and the third one with Bellet is pure SJW nonsense. But I mean, hey, we got two good ones, right?
Well, at least I can keep the cover. The cover was awesome.
Yeah, the cover's not bad, and the interior art is absolutely a disaster. But
then I'll just keep it as a cover thing. I won't bother reading.
That's probably the best thing to do. Yeah. But unfortunately, it's not Shogunai. I mean, I'm sorry. That's life, right? But anyway,
it's live.
That's live. Yeah. But I also see we got a bunch of people jumped in here. Thank you guys. We got Evan Von Skyver in here. We got let's see, Sammy Guy. Hey, Sammy Guy. We got Bullet. We got Eric Hawkins in here. Awesome. We got Joshua Hughes too. Glad to see you guys. Boomer. Yeah, well, it's not my fault, Joshua. The YouTube keeps changing that, and I don't know what it is, but because you have a mute button, right? Because I'm using Streamlabs, and I have to mute it on the other side, or it'll come through double, right? And I do, but then YouTube knocks it off. It's like, what do they do? I don't know what they did with that, because they didn't used to do that. But it is what it is. Nevertheless, hey, Brad.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm pretty good, but I've kind of felt like that dude in the room saying, hey, Mark. Hey, Brad. I don't know why it sounds.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, it's good to be here again. I always like being on FanSpeak with Chester. Oh. And just to let you know, you got for Handyman 15 days. Get your copies now.
What you up to now, man?
It's coming along good. We're just reworking the ending a little bit, and we're kind of seeing how many people are going to buy into the death scenes at the end. So, because we're going to change that up a little bit. So,
oh, cool.
That's right. You can buy yourself getting killed in the book, guys.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
So, yeah, Doug's dying for sure because he bought in at the $200 level. So,
yeah.
So,
now when Doug dies,
you want to suggest someone?
Huh? What?
You can suggest someone too.
Oh, you can. Well, that's cool. But when Doug dies, it should be in a very dirty toilet and there should be urine all over the floor. Just so you know.
No. There's a big battle scene at the end, and so the scene's already kind of set. It's just we're gonna play around with it a little bit, and I'm thinking how tall I want to make Doug in the panels. You know,
he is
I'm
tall
thinking
guy.
about
I
maybe
think he's taller than I am, actually.
Yeah.
6'7" or 6'8".
Yeah.
So
he's taller than me.
he's a big dude. So I'm thinking about making him, you know, like you never see his face in the panel. You know,
otherwise we don't know it's Doug, right? Maybe at the last moment we see a shocked face or something.
Yeah, like
clever,
you know, maybe a head rolls around and you see him or something. You know,
cool.
But you know, something funny. I want something funny, but you know, also works in the story.
Include worms in your death scene for Doug.
Maybe, yeah. I want to fit story wise, but I also want to be a little bit cheeky, you know, a little bit, you know. So
so you should just call him Bigfoot Doug.
Maybe. So yeah, we'll play with it though, and you know, if anybody else wants to nominate anybody else or buy a death scene for someone else, let me know. So
sweet. Yeah. I think it's a cool idea, dude. It's clever. Yeah, hopefully that'll get going. We saw a little bit of movement on the Tales book too, and I know that I'm going to be going on a couple of channels here. I'm going to be on Mike soon and talking about the project. So yeah, there's a lot of things moving along, and that's really cool on that front, dude. It's good to hear. But of course, guys, this is FanSpeak. So every week we have the chairman's address, and Mr. Chairman, are you ready?
Woohoo! He remembered.
I am. Oh yes, Chester did indeed remember. Well, that's because you know everything's awesome here, and
everything's awesome.
So there I was last November. I believe it was last November. I was making a prediction that this year would be different in comics. I'm not sure if you guys remember that, but not only would this year be different, but it would be different in the independent comics scene. And it is indeed different. There's been a lot of things happen throughout Comicsgate. We've had the books come into our hands. We've been reading them. We've been reviewing them. We've been having fun with those, right? And the independent movement has also started up. And that's something that is now different, because the difference between Comicsgate and the independent comic guys, there's just so much more excitement that is coming forward that we see. And what we take away from this at this moment, I believe, is keeping that focus. That's right. Keep going on. I've said that before, to keep moving forward. If you have a project, get behind it, focus on it, and look to that long-term longevity, because what we saw last November till now, another 6 months, and there's going to be so much fun. We're going to find more creators, more books, more writers, more artists, and this is going to continue. We have a constant plateau and then a rise and a plateau and a rise. Some things fall away, but we continue to move forward and get better. And that's what I'm seeing, is more and more independent comics coming forward, so that we no longer have to look at what is staring us on the shelf that just quite isn't as fun as it used to be. Now, of course, that's just what I'm saying. What are the fans saying? Welcome to FanSpeak.
All right. That was a good one, man. I like that one. And it's very true. We're seeing things grow and more and more people get involved, and that's what we need, man. So thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. That was a nice one.
Thank you.
Right. Not that all of them aren't nice.
Dude, you know what I picked up?
What?
I picked up issue number 4 of Firefly, and Firefly Bad Company number 1, with Saffron in it, showing her childhood. So and of course it comes out by Boom Comics, and it's right there on your comic shelf in the LCS. It's fun.
Now we're talking about the space opera or space cowboy show, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, and I don't know. Of course, Brad's the one that runs a comic shop around here, and so I would hope that he has it on his shelf. But
Firefly sells well for us. Yeah.
Would you classify that more as an independent comic these days? What is Boom Comics?
Not really. So independent to me is like when they have probably like less than 10 books, you know. Boom does quite a bit, and they do a lot of licensed material.
They do.
So I wouldn't really call them independent.
No, I got a
independent
bunch of
books would have no licensed material at all. I think.
I see what you're saying.
I actually just picked up Frank Cho's Skyborn from Boom not too long ago.
Dude, that is such a good book.
It is. It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yep.
But Frank is Frank Cho. He's so close, man. He's not quite there in my opinion, but he's really super close though. Frank.
Yeah, his artwork though. Oh my god. Yeah. His artwork is just amazing.
Yeah, Boom. I like Boom though. They put out a lot of good stuff from Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm impressed with them. Yeah.
Did you guys ever read what's it called? It came out by Image, Reborn, by Greg Capullo and Mark Millar.
No.
That's a good one.
Reborn. I have to check that out.
Yeah, Reborn. Yeah. So apparently, like everybody, I'll give you the quick rundown. So everybody is like in this normal universe here, right? But when we die, or whenever we die, our cells get transported to a fantasy world. So we go from this life to the next. We get reborn in a fantasy world, and we just kind of.
It sounds like me every other day.
Yeah, but it's kind of an
or at least at the gaming table.
Remember, we did talk about this comic, Chester, because Netflix is.
Yeah, Netflix
that's it's one of the shows. Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, it's a good book though. You should check it out.
Yeah. So. That's a cool premise too. I mean, the idea of what is the afterlife, right? Type of and taking an interesting twist on it. You know, that's fun. I do see here Bullet over in the chat says, "Back to Jim with the weather." Yeah, you know that's the interesting thing about you doing YouTube, but I never noticed just being a viewer of YouTube from before. Now that I do it, this is like doing radio. It's weird. You would think it'd be something. It would feel different, but it doesn't. It feels like you're running a radio show. Yeah.
It is a radio show, unless you have audio or visuals.
Well, we do put visuals. We always have visuals. Yeah. But I mean, and we do intros, and we have all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't matter. Yeah. It's radio. You know. And that's kind of cool because, radio died out here during the 90s. We lost a lot of with people sitting down just listening to the radio channels and things. And, of course, I think we lost a lot. These days you have so many options, which is cool, right? But, when some of us were younger, though, we only had 3 channels to watch on TV. We only had the local radio stations, right? And the community was much tighter, right? When you go to school the next day, you're always talking about what was on last night because there wasn't much to see. And when you had an event or a show that was doing really well, everyone was watching it, right? So it was a much tighter culture in a way. These days, it's so fragmented because you can watch and do whatever you want anytime, which is weird. Like I was saying, it's a good thing, but I think it's also a bad thing. And
okay, chat.
Radio was
no more comments like that. No more comments that are going to make Chester go off on tangents like this. Okay, guys, keep it down.
No pontificating. Fine, let me write it down. Yeah, but that is a cool comment though. But I love it though. I think it's a lot of fun. But anyway, you guys want to get started?
Yeah, let's get started.
All right.
Yeah, we can just shoot the breeze if you want to for an hour. We can do that.
We could, but I think we should definitely cover some news, and we can shoot the breeze in between it. How about that?
Oh, fine. Do it your way.
Okay, I will. I was going to anyway.
He was going to do. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. So, what do we got? Comic news today, Chester. What's first up?
What is our news today? Well, go ahead, Denelli. Tell them.
So, from Deadline Hollywood, Avenger Endgame U.S. opening weekend projections. They're projecting it to be close to $300 million. The runtime for the showing is going to be about it's going officially 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Yep.
Yes.
So
give me more.
3 hours Endgame. Hey,
baby. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you consider North America's day off.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Nobody's going to be on that Thursday.
Make sure you visit your doctor first. Get your catheter installed.
Yeah.
What?
And when you get there, when you get there, grab your big Coke.
Yeah, and make sure you get a big drink with a spigot.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That is ambitious.
Yeah,
it is ambitious, but this article is all well and good. We see this all the time, but I kind of always wondered to myself, why bother with projections? Is it simply to build hype? Because we see it work in the opposite way sometimes. But it's like, what's the point of a projection? It's kind of like projecting Hillary Clinton 96, 98%. Kind of like that.
They're not comparing this with anything else, but the only thing that's come close to this, 3 hours and this much money, was Titanic.
Yeah.
This is going to be on the level of Titanic, and if it does hold, for a solid month, it's going to be a game changer.
Oh, it is. I've been saying that because when Avengers first came out, I said, wow, this is something great and new, because we were in the process of losing Star Wars. And I said, this is the new Star Wars. And then when Infinity War was coming along, and we waited, 9 years by that point for Infinity War, or I guess 10. Then I was like, wow, right? I mean, this is going to be huge. And people don't quite know what we're getting into. Of course, what we got into was a finger snap. And the bad guy won. And I was projecting this to be, I was projecting Infinity War to be Star Wars. And then I realized, no, that had already come and gone. What we had was Empire Strikes Back. And now Endgame is our Return of the Jedi, and for this new era. It's a bigger Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. This is going to blow the socks off of everything this summer.
Well, if the pacing is as tight as it was in Infinity War, you won't even notice the 3 hours, because I just watched that again. It's so tight, dude.
And it's by the Russo brothers, so it's going to be good.
Yeah. And we also know, because a lot of people worried, there's been a concern that Brie Larson's Captain Marvel is going to come in and she's going to save the day, and it will be a very deflating thing, because we were following these guys. We want them to be successful, right? But because the Russo brothers are involved, we know that's not going to happen, right?
Oh my God, Pixel.
It's Pixel too.
Pixel's icon.
I do see some really cool comments in the chat, though. That's thank you guys. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. And I guess Pixel has jumped on here with us. What the hell are you doing? Hey, Pixel, what's up, dude?
He's trying to be Elliot there.
Pixel's icon, so everybody can see it in the chat.
Yeah, I got it. I'm on it.
It's actual Pixel. That's how he looks like.
This is Pixel, guys. We've been dealing with this secret for a long time, and finally it's out. You all know that he's a mutant gorilla. There you go. There it is.
That's why he knows some.
With white man hands.
Like this, the moment he boycotted Gillette.
Yep.
There it is. This is the Gillette boycott. That's funny. Hey, dude. Nice to see you. He's muted. He's holding a pen in such a way it looks like he's flipping us off. Thank you.
Yeah, it was kind of bad for a second.
Is that a Copic marker thing?
Well, hold a second. Show his icon. It's not appearing on the live stream.
Oh, it's definitely. I got him up, dude. He's showing. Yeah, I got him.
Working on with that pen.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
it's not. Okay. Oh, that's. I see. Let me jump over this side. There we go. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So here now you can see this is the mutant gorilla that is Pixel Trader, and he's got Artist Loft. Is that a good marker? It is. Yes.
Sammy guy. When Chester doesn't recognize me, I feel Batman's.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good comparison to Copic.
Oh, really? That means nothing to me. Okay.
Well, as far as price goes, it's about half the price of a Copic marker, but it's not refillable, I don't believe.
It's not, no.
Okay, just there you go. Artist's Copic marker. Nice. Yep. How much is this little baby cost? It looks very hefty in price.
I don't recall specifically, but again, it's about half the price of a standard Copic.
Yeah, about $4.
With half the fill?
Probably. No, it's probably the same fill.
But I'm assuming it works.
So
well, so that's why you're showing.
What are you drawing?
He's got scratches though. That's a niche mask, huh?
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah. That's funny.
Show us what you're drawing. Show us what you're drawing.
Yeah, let's see some art.
We've lost.
Oh, is he getting a page?
So where were we again before this?
That's all right. We'll get it. Don't worry about it. This is fun.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a sketchbook.
Oh, he's got his
Oh.
catch.
Oh.
Make sure it doesn't fall off. He's got a good hold on it. All right, there you go.
All right, let's see
Ooh.
what you got, buddy.
There we go. Here we go. There you go.
Let's
Let's
get an
look at
iPad. Oh.
Oh
What does that
no.
have to do with the
I got one of those right next to
Come
me. Those are nice.
on. 1 second.
Pixel face reveal. That's right, Joshua.
Yeah. We were talking about how
Not as good as the Sashi face reveal, but
yeah.
it's pretty close.
He's uglier than I expected. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
layout.
There we go. There we
Layout.
go.
Hey
Nice.
now.
Ooh, smash bang, pow.
Yeah.
That's cool,
Cool.
dude.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Why?
Oh, foreground, middle ground, background. Very nice.
Nice. You should show that hamster one you showed me the other day, dude. That was awesome.
One more? All right.
It's on my computer. I'll have to dig it up. Go ahead and move on. I'll find it.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. We'll go and finish that. But thank you for coming, Gorilla Sir. Awesome.
Much better. I took the helmet off. There we go.
Oh no! All right, let me.
Well,
let me
aren't
come
you in
back
the
over
photo
here.
with Mike Miller and RT Bear?
Yeah. So Mike actually doxed me anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
He does that actually. You gotta watch out for Mike.
That's
man.
his whole thing, man. He
Yeah.
just does it every time.
He doesn't even know.
Yeah.
He's now talk
Yeah.
about boomer. That's a boomer.
He doxed
Yeah.
himself twice.
Oh, yeah,
His
and
address. Which
Yeah.
was kind of funny.
That's true. Yeah.
The funny part was other people were taking photos, and Mike was, "Be sure you don't show their faces." Blah 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 blah. And then he turns around and does it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And of course, the epic boomer moment from Edwin, who showed off his Hangouts link, and it got taken over by a bunch of teenagers who just came up and put a bunch of penises on the screen. That was
Yep.
wonderful. I was actually there live. I saw that happen.
So did I.
It happened to me too. I stopped it. I'm not doing those anymore.
Yeah, we got to watch out for those. But
I
no,
deleted
it's
those
it's
as
one of the
possible.
pieces of advice that Pixel gave me in the very beginning. Make sure you hide your Hangouts so they can't see it. Thank you very much, Pixel. I've never had a dick invasion before, so I'm lucky, and it's all because of you.
Wow. Is that what happens? Kind of like the picture on Avengers Endgame here, where they're looking up at something incoming because they were doxxed?
Pretty much.
Maybe.
Well, if you notice, it's the Avengers building too.
I know,
it is,
right?
It is. Yeah, this is their
And,
lot.
I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah. I don't want to spoil anything for you, right?
It's a giant wad of cash.
Maybe.
That's
Yeah.
it.
It's an asteroid of
Maybe-
cash. $2
Yes.
billion
Maybe a
of
big
it.
purple.
It's a
purple wad
full.
of cash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys think this can push beyond the two and get in? I mean, get deeper? It could, because this is the end of the story, right? I mean, this is what we've all been
It
working
is.
toward. And
This is
if
the
it's
end, yeah.
anything near the Infinity War, this is going to be a Titanic success.
I think there's going to be. I think there's like two parts to the story: them trying to fight Thanos, and then the other group going back in time. Because you don't see Ronan, Hawkeye. You don't see Tony, and you don't see Ant-Man. Where are they? But you always see Captain America in the group, and even the latest trailer with Captain Marvel, you don't see those three figures. So I think there's two groups going at it. One's doing the quantum realm thing, and the other one is trying to fight Thanos and keep him
Are we
distracted.
spitballing here what we think is going to happen?
I'm spitballing.
It's
Are we
interesting that
sure
you're
not?
saying where, but I kind of think it's going to be when. Are they?
I think this is current right after in space. This is going to be at the beginning.
It could be.
I believe that shot right there is going to be at the beginning, and it's going to be probably Thanos or his minions coming to Earth.
Yeah, if you want predictions, here's a prediction. Everyone who lived at the end of was it Infinity War, including Thanos, are the ones who actually were snapped.
What?
It's possible.
Ooh,
we
that's
know Doctor Strange did something. We know he did. But anyway, it's going to be fun. I think we're all been waiting for it because the Infinity War just killed it. So it's coming up. I know my wife has already got tickets, I think. But I do see we have Tank Ferret in here. Hello, sir. Bullet is telling Chester to calm down. Okay, Chester will calm down. Yeah, people are starting to give opinions. Joshua says probably Tony Stark and Nebula landing their spaceship. It could be. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nick W
They don't look.
says
They don't look
Captain Marvel and
alarmed.
Thor are not part of the second mission. Oh, interesting. Oh.
Yep.
Do you think they're going to introduce anybody new that they haven't shown yet?
Wow. How can you introduce a new character at this point? Still,
Yeah,
there's so many. There's so many characters, though.
What
I
if
think
they
it-
introduce Adam Warlock?
I think we'll see him in the end credits, maybe. Or so
Yeah,
we'll see.
or
We
any other
could see something new. Yeah.
cosmic entities.
What about say Galactus?
Yes.
No, I
That's
think
what we're all
Something
looking
for that. Galactus at the end with Silver Surfer targeting the Earth. Oh, geez, man, that would be all sorts of awesome.
It would be. It would be.
Hmm.
Dr. Wright is in here. Hey, what's up, dude? He says, I have no interest in seeing Endgame after Captain Marvel. I just don't want to give them my money, and I know how it ends. They win. Otherwise, there would be no more universe, lol. Yeah, that's cool. I get that. Some people have that opinion, but I just don't think, especially because the Russo brothers are involved here, I don't think she's going to be that overarching in the story. She'll be in
No,
it.
I don't think so either.
And because what we see them do is when they have the individual stories, they'll do some of this shenanigans, right? But when they have the overarching main stories, they don't play around, right? If you look at Doctor Strange, for instance, they changed the Ancient One into a Celtic female, right? Black Panther, Wakanda, colonizers, white people bad, right? And Captain Marvel, men asking me to smile, men, right? So we see them do this in the individual ones, but in the overarching one, they don't play around. So
Chaotic Neutral Comics and Russo's have already said that several characters from the comics, but not in the movies, will make an apparent. Will make an appearance.
Cool.
Cool, dude. And
That was
I
Chaotic
see
Neutral
Daredevil.
Comics. Huh?
Daredevil from Netflix. That guy did a great job.
He
If
did.
they actually sneaked
Charlie
in,
Cox.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. He's got a
Yeah.
horrible name, but yeah, he did. Yeah. But Chaotic Neutral Comics, yeah, dude, that is a cool name, but it does concern me because we all know and agree that Chaotic Neutral is the standard alignment for the SJW. So watch out. Evan Von Skyver says, and you may find yourself in another part of the world. Yeah. Nacho Ninja. I like that name, dude. I'm just going to find a Russian website that has the movie recorded in camera. Yeah, right. Let's see.
This is my last movie I'm going to watch in the theaters for Marvel.
Oh, really?
Yep. This is after that. I'm done. So.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, you're already predicting that, huh?
Yeah, well, not predicting, but I'm not. I don't like the way it's going. I don't like how they're running their comics. So after this, because I followed the ride. This is the last real in the park. I'm done. So
I feel the same way.
Well, I've heard a lot of people make this statement. I haven't had that thought in my head at all because I'm anticipating a reboot of the X-Men, and I'm hoping that it's done really well. Personally, I guess we'll just have to see. But we've spent
comes on video. But
oh, okay, Netflix as well, I suppose. Like I will see Captain Marvel. I'm just waiting for Netflix right now. I'm not gonna go spend my money on it. But anyway, we've talked on this a lot. Let's go to the next story.
Yeah. Do you know if Marvel has the same deal as like Star Wars and all those guys, where the money up front, like it's a high amount that goes to the studio when the movie first launches, and then it tapers off as the movie goes until
they do. They do.
It's Disney. Disney does have that deal.
Yeah, it's not as bad as the Lucas one though. But
Gotcha.
yeah, they do. Yeah.
I was gonna say, because I might still see it in the theater. I would just wait like a week or two and then make sure the theater gets more money than Marvel. But
yeah, well, it'd be nice if we could organize that kind of thing, countrywide. But something that I've learned as I've gotten older, most people are sheep, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It is what it is. But nevertheless, this is our next story. Janelle, go ahead and kick this one off.
Yep. All right, Shazam off to 24.9 million to start globally. So like about I think 15 million foreign and about the other 6 or 7 million.
Yeah, it was like a one night showing, I think. So
yeah, so it's doing pretty good,
Well,
and a lot of it is positive reviews.
Sure.
For the show,
but
it's like
But you do know what's going to happen. If this doesn't make as much money as Captain Marvel, they're going to use this as a beating horse or beating the horse over this movie and saying, see, you know they're going to do it, dude. And it's really unfortunate because this guy, even though it was an idiot move, Mr. Chuck here tried to run in White Knight to the defense of Brie Larson, and he's going to end up getting beat on both ends. You watch.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he will.
Yeah, but this, but you know, this will do well because not only is it a superhero movie, they're being serious about it. They're also being fun with it. So he's superhero. It's fun. It's kind of hard to go wrong with that.
Yeah. No, you're right, Nick.
Yeah, I think it'll do well.
I hope it does. It looks fun. But Nick is absolutely right. Brie Larson's Captain Marvel made nearly $62 million on opening 2 days. She is the real Captain Marvel. That is what they're going to do. That is what they're going to say. And like I said, this guy tried to help defend the poor lady that he thought was being attacked and not really paying attention to what was really going on. No. But he's going to get hit on the back end too, because that's how they are. They eat their own, man. 6-scale combat. Ooh, nice. I get that. Chaotic Neutral Comics. The comics, especially up until the early 2000s, are so much better than a lot of the Bog 2. My personal opinion, naturally. I think we all agree with that. The big two have certainly not been meeting the muster, I would say. But I think this is just a little thing. We're looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Looks good. Let's move on here. This one is interesting.
The Suicide Squad title confirmed, not a sequel. So they're rebooting the Suicide Squad, and it's going to be the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
So
because some of the actors weren't coming back, so
right. But that's easy. You can. That doesn't matter with the Suicide Squad. You can interchange it as you like. But it's how exciting is this though? I mean, just think about it for a minute, guys. We had Suicide Squad. Now we have the Suicide Squad.
Really,
man, it's exciting. It's exciting.
Huge change, guys.
Yeah.
Give us more than that. You can't just put the on there.
Well, they did it with the Predator.
Oh yeah, sure. But this is the interesting thing here. We talk about recastings and stuff. We have of course, we talked about the other day. Boomerang guy is coming back. Cool, good for him. Amanda Waller, she did a good job. I thought she actually was a good Amanda Waller. Will Smith's Deadshot has been recast with Idris Elba stepping into the role. Well, how about this? Why don't we just not have Deadshot back and take one of the other black bad guys and make Idris Elba him? How about that? No. We got to recast Deadshot.
Who's Ezra Miller playing?
I'm sure he's playing the one that's prancing because that's what he does. I've seen it. He literally prances.
Well, I know Ezra Miller's not doing Flash anymore, so is he going to be
Suicide Squad? So sad. This is really sad.
No, I don't think so.
Wow, Chester, you say that with so much jubilee.
Well, I mean, he's Ezra is I think there are certain roles that Ezra probably could be amazing in, right? But when it comes to a superhero, he just doesn't have the physicality to pull it off. I mean, he's a little dude, and we've seen other little dudes, but it's not the point. He doesn't have the presence, right? We were talking about Josh Brolin, right? Josh Brolin as Cable. He's a little teeny guy, but boy, does he play big, awesome, right? And Ezra doesn't have that.
Yeah, he bulked up too for the part. I mean, he looked good.
I was making a joke.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Another dad joke. Wow.
No, it wasn't even a dad joke.
It was a dad joke.
Fireworks.
And once again, I just want to make a statement to CBS, who owns comicbook.com, that your page sucks. It doesn't work. Your links are broken. It sucks. How does CBS, frickin' CBS, have such a horrible website? I don't understand this.
This is the same company that made or agreed to make Star Wars Discovery. Well, let me just put that out there.
Wow.
Star Trek Discovery is what you meant.
No,
but I get it.
Use the better website, Chester. Mary Sue.
The Mary Sue. Yeah, of course, that's much better. But this is ridiculous. I can't believe that CBS actually would have their name anything attached to this horrible website. But anyway, moving on. Now, this is another interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't speak because of bad robots doing both properties. But anyway, so the exclusive Walmart stories are now heading to the retailers as miniseries because people complain that why can't we have these stories that's supposed to be an entryway at the comic book shops? I mean, my understanding was they're there so they get you to go to the comic book shop.
Correct, yeah.
Not for the comic book shops to just have them, which defeats the purpose.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, and Bullet has the absolute perfect pitch line for them over there at CBS when it comes to the Discovery. He says, "STD, catch it." Yeah, that's a good one, dude. I like that one. But yeah, I don't know, whatever. I mean, it's cool that I think they really need to do more of this. We want to see more comics in Walmart and Target, in the bookstores, in the pharmacies. We want more and more and more.
Yeah, you just have beginner books there to get them to go to the stores, the local stores. And
what's dumb about this?
Yeah,
look at that classic.
Here's what's dumb about this idea, because the Walmart exclusive, means that you can only get it at Walmart. So go down to your local Walmart, like you're not doing anything else, or going to any other supermarkets or big box grocery stores, big box stores, to go get a comic book, because we know you're already there. That's not the point of putting out a Walmart exclusive, right? Now, on the other hand, putting the comic in the comic book shop means that those people who go to the specialty store are going to find it, right? So what is it really about? The one reason why we want comics in Walmart is so the people that are not going to the comic book store see it at the Walmart, buy it, get interested, and then say, where do I get more? Oh, that's right, I go to the comic book store. Yeah. So just making it exclusive in the first place is just idiotic. It doesn't fit into any niche whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, this is Chad Harding's artwork.
And that's awesome.
Okay, cool. It is awesome. 6-Scale Combat says Star Trek penicillin. Take Fair says the Mary Sue's links may lead to a ton of junk science, but at least they work. True, Tank. That is true. Main Street is the key to comic book market. It is, but I think we're not anti comic book store over here at all. I love a comic book store, and I hope they can recover and thrive, because we've literally lost thousands of them over the past decade. Literally. That's not a joke number. That's a serious number. And so hopefully we can kind of get that back to a fun number, and hopefully pick that back up. But going into retailers, they have to do this. They need to do this. And I did have one thing that popped into my head real quick, since I'm looking at this Wonder Woman picture. It's really good. What's the guy's name again?
Chad Harding.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. Now
he supported Handyman too, by the way.
Oh, awesome, dude. Now we some of the older of us remember seeing Superman go from jumping and leaping and then to flying, right? Because we were able to see the old black and white serials. And stuff, which you can't see so much nowadays as easy. Well, you can. You can find it, but it's not in your face like it used to be. And I think it was the best choice. But here's my question. Taking Wonder Woman out of her invisible super jet, was that a smart idea?
So, go ahead. In this story, she has her jet.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just saying, she has her jet.
Do you think it was a good idea to make her a flyer? Because she had an invisible jet.
I think it's okay to make her a flyer, because she doesn't fly very fast. She's not like Superman. So I'm okay with it being a flyer.
The only thing I thought was strange about her invisible jet was it's so invisible that she's visible.
Well, that's for
old comics, yeah.
Well, it probably would make the artist easier if they just drew her invisible, but I guess it wouldn't convey the story well. She's invisible in her invisible jets.
You guys, that sarcasm I was giving off was so subtle it just literally went over everybody's head. All right, that's my fault.
Yeah.
I'll take responsibility.
It's just bad when she has to use the toilet in the back.
Yeah, no. Right, that's a
problem.
Yeah.
I was just covering.
Meaning, my point is, she should have been flying from the beginning, because a flying Wonder Woman is the only thing you need. You don't need none of that stupid invisible jet stuff. Who was our ever idea with that needs to be drop kicked?
The Super Friends TV show, because that's where it came from.
Yeah, I know.
She didn't have it.
I love that show. I grew up on that, man.
And the Hall of Justice.
Yes, and the Hall.
Going back to something about this particular story, we've said before that comic shops are also comic and games, and usually games can now go into various different areas, either the board games, RP, different kind of things, Magic,
Yeah.
But so I think that maybe this needs to be expanded further, right? Depending upon the locality, like here in Oklahoma, there's a lot of gun stores. So I think we need gun store comic shops.
Oh,
and that would be good.
That's a really good idea.
So so imagine what you could do with that idea, with a comic shop and Victoria's Secret. Maybe, I don't know.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
You'd have to market the books though for the store.
Sure,
exactly.
Get an AR-15 and pick up an Archie. It's perfect.
Yeah,
like White Witch. You got White Witch and Victoria's Secret, right?
Yeah. Got something for yourself and something for your gal.
It's not going to work out, guys, because they tried that with Penthouse Comics.
They did.
They did.
We were joking around, and George went and got
maybe
serious
the Punisher, right? The Punisher and BK Guns. Put those together right there.
I totally forgot Penthouse existed. Jeez.
Are they still around?
I didn't. I remember when he said it, and then it popped into my head again. Yeah, there was a book called that. I think when I was young, there was 3 that I remember. Sorry.
The only time I would say guns and comics wouldn't work is when 2, Marvel and DC fans arguing who's stronger, Hulk or Superman, so might get a little out of control at that point.
It might. It might. Of course, the eternal conversation: who's faster, the Flash or Superman? Mm-hmm. And it seems the guys who made the Justice League made that decision for us.
Handyman, for instance. Let's put Handyman in every Home Depot and Lowe's.
Dude, that is a great idea. If you are an LCS and you want to support Handyman, message me on Facebook. I'm happy to give you a private link so you can order your copies for your shop.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
That's a brilliant idea. Well, and go buy hammers in bulk and then sell the Handyman comic book with the hammer.
Yeah. There you go. You guys are kind of getting way off tangent here. 6 Scale Comics says Penthouse Comics had some great art. I didn't even know they had comics, dude.
Yeah, they did have great art. It's just it just didn't match up.
The story didn't hold us.
The story didn't hold us, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's get back on track here. Let's get back on track because we're way off track.
We are on track. We are speaking as fans what we want to see. And
comic books and gun stores and lingerie stores. And the lingerie store, I'm all for.
No, honestly though, comic books in any supermarket or Walmart that are beginner comic books are great. Do it. Throw them out there. Get them out there. I don't want them in my shop because I want people to come to my shop to buy comics, to get maybe the next piece of the storyline or, hey, I read a Batman comic. What's the next thing to start me on Batman? Dude, no problem. New 52, Batman, Court of Owls. Let's get you going.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you do something like that. So you get people knowing the characters, things like that. So I would push this more. We need the more exclusives like this,
Yeah.
Exclusives meaning general stores to get fans hooked.
No, we all agree on that 100%. We want more and more and more. Ted Lehman says that Adam Hughes drew for Penthouse. There you go. I didn't know that either.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Let's move on to the next one here. This one is a little funny, actually. Go ahead.
Yeah. The original Sarah Connor, Linda Hamilton blasts the last 3 very forgettable Terminator films. Well, I hope Dark Fate doesn't meet the same fate.
Well, she's not wrong.
No, but I mean, you can't really say that the other ones are forgettable when your own is having lukewarm reception.
No, I remember her tits really well.
Yeah, but this is a grandma now, dude. That's grandma.
Yeah.
Now, but first time I watched Terminator, I'm like, ooh, boobies. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
It wasn't that forgettable.
I don't know. I don't think they were that memorable, dude.
And I'm not talking about. And I don't think she's talking about, and I'm not even talking about her original ones because those were classic. I'm talking about her current project as well, Dark Fate, that she's saying that this is a good film, and it hasn't been released yet. So how can you blast the other films when the current project you're on, this Terminator, even though you're bringing Arnold Schwarzenegger back, and you're continuing. You got James Cameron back in the seat of the storyteller, and you got all this. Everybody's coming with a lukewarm reception.
Well, dude, she's just doing PR. She's just doing PR. I'd rather get back onto the conversation of tits. Now, in my opinion, the worst pair of tits we've ever seen in a movie was Halle Berry. Actually, Halle Berry should not have done that. That was a mistake. Those were not good boobs. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. You've noticed, though, the action films over the years have gotten rid of a lot of the sex and violence combos. So I mean, even though it was a small scene with, what's his name's character, John, and that was in a movie together. Now, if you look at it, they're all going for PG-13 action, where it's just action only. There's no side love story. There's no romance in there at all. What quick little thing it is, but sex and action kind of go together, and they've taken that out of a lot of the movies lately.
They have, but
it makes them very forgettable.
You know what they've replaced it with, though, dude, that I've noticed from watching Netflix stuff? You see a lot more male nudity, mainly the butt and chest and stuff like that. You've seen a lot more of the male nudity, and the women fully dressed or clothed, toweled, or something like that. I've noticed it's so obvious that it's noticeable. They've literally shifted, like, no, we're going to sexuate the man now. The women are getting a break. And you can see it. I mean, it's legitimately they're doing that intentionally. So it's like, yeah, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not. So,
action films, though, I know they're trying to appeal to the women slightly, but honestly, though, it's mainly a male-driven empire anyways. So you might as well just appease the men anyway. So
it's true. Meet Grimlock King 83 says, Chester, I got to disagree with her with that. Hers are not even close to the worst. Well, okay, let's have a discussion. What are the worst?
No, that's not a worthy discussion.
I think it's a very worthy discussion. What are you talking about?
American Pie, the blonde chick.
Oh yeah, those aren't very good. Yeah,
those are bad.
That's pretty bad. Yeah. But
Yeah.
Anyway, what I need you to do, me Grimlock King, I'm going to give you homework. What you're going to do is you're going to go and compile a list of best and worst tits in movie history, and then we're going to have you on the show, and we're going to talk about it, because that's an important subject that needs to be addressed. Absolutely.
Salma Hayek's are probably the best.
Oh, dude. In Dawn Till Dusk, that is one of the sexiest scenes ever put on film, dude. Selma Hayek killed that. You'll never forget that if you watch it. Tank is like, nope. Yes, Tank. Yes. Kathy Bates. Oh no. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, Eric wins. He gets.
I have to point this out. If this venture in rating boobs is going to happen, if you don't have Helen Mirren in her film that she starred when she was 16, you're also you lost credibility.
That's true. Yeah. That is funny though. What is Hollywood's aversion to breast enlargement? Would drive sales? It would, right? But actually, I have no problem with women not cutting on themselves.
Nobody liked Barbed Wire, but Pamela Anderson's boobs did make the movie.
See, I don't like the big sloppy veiny boobs, man. I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah, I get you, but a lot of guys did. And that's
Let's go back to Selma Hayek.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. She's my favorite.
She's awesome.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Overseas buyers of movies, you know what their list is, their hit list for buying a movie? How many explosions does it have? You know, how many shootouts does it have? How many naked women does it have? You know, it's all the raw stuff that's
Sure.
SJWs, feminists, all that stuff don't like. But the overseas buyers have this list, and everything that's opposed by the left, opposed by feminists, opposed by just normal decent people. It's on their list.
Let me give you a little insight into the Asian mind on this topic. Actually, it's very interesting the way they approach it, because they approach movie watching, TV watching a lot different than we do. Right? For us, we're looking for solid storytelling. We're looking for something that has depth, right? But over here, the way they look at entertainment, and the reason why so much of the Asian entertainment looks so dumb and stupid to a Westerner, is because it literally is. From their point of view, when they sit down for entertainment, they literally want to shut their brain down from the work of the day and just be simply entertained. That's how they look at it. They don't want to think at all when they in their entertainment. This is the Asian mindset.
Is that why anime and manga is the way it is?
It is, yeah. Because this entertainment is about just relaxing. It's not about thinking, right? And that's just the way they look at it, right?
Yeah, which is why Captain Marvel failed at the box office, which is why Solo failed at the box office in China.
I wouldn't say Captain Marvel failed.
No, it made money. It made money. Yeah.
Did you look at the numbers? It was great the first week. Second week dropped like a rock.
Well, yeah.
The drop off is true. The drop off is true.
Yeah,
it's true. Tank Fair says, "Curse you, biological drive to reproduce. Curse you." Yeah, I know how you feel, man.
No, I like Grimlock's suggestion there for Bunny Vision Night.
Yeah. He says, I say next Bunny Vision movie night is Booby Vision. Yeah, I don't think I can get away with that. Doing Bellet yesterday, as she is always represented, I think is one thing. But no, we're not going to show any. Well, I don't know. We did watch Stripes, man, and that's boobs galore in that one.
Yeah, there's all over.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on before I offend somebody. I probably already have.
Sure.
Yeah. You already offended a couple.
I'm sure. Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Yeah. So the HBO Westworld creators or showrunners really inked a 9-figure overall deal with Amazon. So they're going to go over to Amazon and produce shows for them for the Amazon Prime original shows.
Cool. Now, I don't know how they're going to do without Anthony Hopkins, though, because he was stellar. I mean, every time you see him, he's awesome, but he made that show, dude. And, of course, they removed his character, as far as I know, unless I guess they could bring him back. But I don't know what they're going to do without him. I mean,
they left in, well, spoiler, they left in a cliffhanger where the Man in Black is now a robot. So they could bring Anthony Hopkins back as a robot.
They could. They most certainly could. But I'm just saying that I didn't get that move. I mean, it made for the first season, made for a very tight. Oh, I think it was just the first season. A nice, cool. It was a good season. But killing off Anthony Hopkins was a mistake, because, I mean, nobody else can handle that. Can carry that show. Nobody. I mean, because without him, it's kind of same old boring, oh, it's so brooding, and it's brooding, I'm emotional, and yeah, no, Anthony Hopkins brings gravitas, and who are they going to get to replace that?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of amazing that had he not done Silence of the Lamb, he would have just given up on Hollywood.
Yeah. Have you ever seen his? You ever seen his The Last Indian? It's about a motorcycle.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, absolutely epic. I love Anthony Hopkins. He's one of my favorite actors. That dude is just ridiculous. Roger Heller's in here, says, "Hey there, Mr. Busby. Just wanted to thank you again for inviting me on the show last night, dude. More than welcome. Thank you very much, and come back and see us. Hopefully, you get that internet situation worked out. But we're very happy to have you on, dude." Nick W says the money is being thrown around by streaming services. They better be careful. Well, dude, they're trying their best to end Hollywood. And Manga Teen Joshua says Chester admits that anime is dumb. Well, it usually is. Yeah. Although manga's a little different, though. Manga tends to be more serious. Interestingly enough, the read the media which you read that does tend to be more serious. But I guess from their point of view, reading a book is a more serious act than watching something.
Oh
anyway, yeah. Anyway, cool. We'll have to wait and see because I liked the first season. What did you guys think of Westworld?
It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, it's all right. It's interesting. I just can't see it going forward personally. But
they got way too metaphysical in the last season.
They did.
They
did. I forget how many seasons I saw. I saw all of it. What is there, 2?
Yeah, it's just 2 because it takes for so long for them to figure out what they're going to go for because they draw themselves in.
It's an expensive show too, I imagine. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm not even looking for it. What I'm looking for is Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. You guys really seem to like that. I got to go watch that. Yeah.
Dude, you haven't watched it? You got to go watch it.
I watched like the first 2 episodes or something. But it was like free or something like that. I just haven't bothered to go and find it where it can be found. Anyway, last thing we're going to do today, and perfect timing actually, we are going to watch a trailer to end the show. So,
awesome.
What is going on? That's not where I wanted to be. Where's my trailer? I know I had a trailer. Didn't I have a trailer?
What's the live dash right there?
That's
someone
that's
hook
us.
up to it
that's us.
And drive it off.
That's you.
Huh.
I don't know what you did to the trailer.
Yeah, this is just our stream on the back end. You put one up, right? I know you did. Oh, hold on a second. I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna find it.
You left it unlocked. You didn't lock the hitch, and someone just connected to it and drove off.
Probably what happened, right? But anyway, you guys sit here and chat, and I'm gonna go find it.
Sure.
Chat means talk.
All right.
Oh,
yeah.
We were getting the.
Did you guys read my article on Bleeding Fool?
Oh no, you had an article? That's cool, dude.
Yeah,
yeah, he's been shouting it out for the last several days on Bleeding Fools. Yes, I did read it. Yes.
What's the article on?
Yeah. It's just go to Bleeding Fool, look for Gatsus, and you'll find it.
What's it about?
So you want to, so you have a comic book story, but you don't know how to draw. The sequel to that is, actually, hold on a second. I'm looking at it. The sequel is, as an artist, how much is your time worth? And the next one is about printing and the cost of printing, and they're all lots of humor.
Okay, lots of dad jokes. No problem.
Yes.
Okay, good.
That's pretty good content, though. I mean, when you start looking into everything that people are talking about, there are so many people that want to be involved, right? And so you have to kind of is there a place to even start? A lot of people don't know. So more articles like this in more areas just means that more people getting involved. That's awesome.
Oh, you don't know how many? Oh my gosh, that first article when it went up, I got so many DMs, some DM requests, so many questions.
Really?
Yeah, front end and back end on Twitter, and also to my email. And
wow, cool.
That's when I said, okay, this is something real. So then I did the sequel to that. As an artist, how much is your time worth? And then I have the next one after that, which I already wrote, which is all about printing. So you have a comic book, and how are you going to distribute it? How are you going to get it to? How are you going to get it to press? and I list everything from doing something off your laser printer all the way to finding a commercial trade printer.
Yep. So
yeah,
at the shop, I get literally lots of people who come in and they're like, "Hey, I wrote a comic, and what do you think about it?" And they just kind of go off. I'm like, "Okay, where's the actual book? Let me see the. Well, still being worked on, or I hear it all the time. Like, hey, I got this, I got that, and they don't do anything about it. I think if you really love something and you want to do it, even if it's horrible.
Yeah.
At least get something on paper or pencil.
But
at the shop, I hear it all the time. Yeah.
Maybe it was last show, but I mentioned something about the entrepreneurial spirit, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is that thing that someone actually takes the step forward on? Because there's a lot of guys. You're right. There's a lot of young dudes, and generally young dudes, that are drawing and they're wanting to do this, and they've got ideas and they got dreams and visions and things, and they want to do something with it. But there's that idea of actually taking the step forward, putting that down on paper, and then getting it into someone else's hands and having it actually printed and published, printed in whatever form it can be printed in, however big a run you can do, and then having it sit there on the shelf and having it bought or not. And that right there requires a different mentality to become business. And I think Chester has said that a lot. He has this term he uses called, well, they're artists, right? And so, because there's a lot of guys, they don't know how. Maybe it's a type B, artistic mentality that's different from like a type A business guy. But there's a point at which, no matter how type B you are, or and eclectic, and you just want to be the cool guy wearing the beads or whatever, you have to eventually there and move forward with a purpose, moving forward with purpose. And I think the more that we have the communities like this together, it kind of rubs off. And then that guy then says, okay, yeah, I can do that. Or he realizes he can't. And he says, I want you to help me. And then they come, so he finds that next person that's going to help him move forward to get it out there.
Mm-hmm. Like I remember talking with one guy about doing comic books. He told me, no, go away. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it's not for you. I'm like, what? Who said that? And it lit a fire under me, to keep pushing, And I see a lot of people like, oh yeah, well, they walk in my shop. A lot of them know I draw, at the shop. My artwork's around the shop, and I do free comic book day and everything. And they're like, oh, dude, I draw too. I want to draw a comic and stuff. I'm like, all right, let's see what you got. And they don't have anything, And I'm like, well, let's see you write something. Let's see you bring something in, And they're like, oh, it's so hard, blah blah blah. I'm like, if it's not easy, to do a book, it's not easy to do it on your own, And
no, it's not.
You never know what obstacles you're going to face ahead of you too. And, I mean,
I have made a note to myself here in my notebook, which I always keep next to me, just in case I need to, make a note. And that note says, "Don't let him talk again." God.
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
All right. I see what it is.
Nah, just play it, dude. I get that, and you get a lot of those experiences in the shop, I'm assuming. Yeah, that's kind of a cool thing about working in a comic book shop.
It's kind of cool sometimes. Like, there's this kid Ian who comes to my shop, and Ian, like the last 2 years, he used to come on Saturdays and just hang out with me and like ask me questions about doing paneling.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how do I panel this out? His artwork wasn't great, his stories weren't great, but he would come in every week. And he hits me up on Instagram right now because he has a lot of school going on. I'm in this Saturday and I'll sit down with you and I'll show you my new version of the comic. I'm like, yeah, sure, come on in. So his dedication level to doing a book is far above then I see these other guys who just come walking in who have talent, but they just don't want to do anything with it. He's pushing himself every week to change and become better at what he's doing, and not just kind of riding off, of whatever. He keeps pushing himself further and further, and he's a cool kid. I love the guy, and I can't wait to see him make it. He's only 17.
That's cool.
And dude, his drive is far above that of some other people I see in, indie comics or anything else. And
ambition.
It's
Brad, it's a lot better than me, dude. Because with my school and stuff, I get nail polish. You get comic books. I mean, hey, because over here in Japan, the girls are not allowed to wear any makeup in school at all. Matter of fact, it's quite frowned upon if they're wearing it in public as well. But when they come to my classes, especially if it's like during holidays and stuff, they always try out their nail polish or a little bit of their makeup, which is usually horrendous. And they want to know what Sensei thinks. I'm an American, right? So they can do that freely in front of me, right? Without any judgment. But I literally get nail polish where you get comic books. So you're a bastard. That's just what I want to say.
Hey, I'll switch you for a week if you want, and I'll look at all the.
No, I would never let you anywhere near any of
my.
No.
So in the notebook, go over to your notebook and say, "Don't talk as well."
Yes, there you go. Let me write that down. I'll write that down. Anyway, let's do this last bit so we can get out of here. But this is what I wanted to talk about, and I don't know where I dropped it, but I dropped it. But I went and got it again. I don't think this is much to watch, really, but I just want to talk about it because I know there's been mixed opinions about this, but for me, I love Morbius, man. I'm a big fan of Morbius, and this is Jared Leto. Now we know he really didn't do a good job as the Joker. He was horribly miscast. But we know Morbius is coming and he's doing it. And it's a big anticipation on my part. But I know I'm kind of in the minority. I know Morbius is not a big character with a lot of people, but I love Morbius. So does anybody have any opinion on Morbius before I show this little bit they got here?
No? Go for it.
All right,
I knew that Morbius was stealing Spider-Man's girlfriend, so that's why I never liked him.
Oh, okay. There you go. Okay, this is pretty much it, right? They just have this little thing of him spending time because he's a vampire. And this, of course, is sexy Jared Leto. Wait, let's look at that. Let's look at this. There's a clip on it. Maybe it's porn. Oh, look at how sexy he is. He's super sexy. Super sexy. Look at the hair. Oh, here's my hair. What the hell are you wearing? Are you Ezra Miller too? Maybe he is. He's on a horse. God, this guy is he's a poser, isn't he? Goodness
what
gracious.
Just happened to the show?
I don't know, but I shouldn't have clicked on this. He looks like a Jesus. I shouldn't have clicked on this because, damn, he's one of those, dude. Damn it.
Yep.
Oh, well mistakes happen.
Mistakes have found out.
Mistakes have been found. But nevertheless, anyway, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit, but it seems like no one's interested in talking about Morbius, so it's that's on me, I guess.
There's not really much to go on. They released this small snippet.
Well, no, I meant Morbius in general. Just from the comic books, I've really enjoyed his character over the years. I think it's really cool. But I know I'm in the minority. No one ever wants to talk about Morbius.
He was on the deleted ending for Blade.
Is he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The deleted ending for Blade. He's standing on top of the other building.
Is that like is there like a deleted scene you can see?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Something it's on the DVD. Yeah. It's on YouTube as well. So.
Yeah. Oh, Bullet mentions Chris Angel Mind Freak. That's another poser right there. That guy loves to look at himself. Anyway, thank you guys very much. This was a fun little show here. We covered a bunch of ground. We covered some weird stuff too, but hey, it's FanSpeak. I do apologize, but about the dropped interview that we had today. It does happen from time to time. Unfortunately, as DeWolf has already mentioned the show today, artists are flaky. If you haven't noticed. Hey, well, that's true.
All right. Well, here you go, Chester. I'm sending you I found it if we want to watch the deleted scene for Morbius.
Oh, wow. I would. Hold on a second. Because I didn't know that existed. That's awesomeness. You put it on the Facebook?
Yeah, I mean.
I'm throwing it to the group hangout.
Oh, the hangouts. Ooh, I don't know where that'll pop up. Oh, I'll try it. Why not? Who cares?
No. I'll And I'll throw it there. There you go. Throw it in the DM. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That's better. Yeah, no, let's watch that. Let's watch that for sure.
Okay.
So I didn't even know this existed.
Mm-hmm.
So let me throw this on the other side. I will cover up that horrible Jared Leto page. I do apologize for that.
Nick W says, Booster refused the interview for more money. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick.
All right. All right. Let me see. Where is it? Here. Oh, here we go. Okay. So let's take a look at this then. This is cool though. I didn't even know this existed. So let's go watch this. Hold on a second.
That's too bad they never used them.
53 seconds worth too. No sound.
Yeah.
Because it's muted.
Okay, I'm an idiot. Let me go back to the beginning one more time. Okay, he's coming up. He got the lady with him.
Yep.
He's standing on the building. He's walking awkwardly. She's so happy to see the sunrise. Now this is actually in the movie.
Right.
But it's the back part of
right
this
there.
scene.
Yep, and then that's where they cut it.
You keep your cure.
And then they cut it.
I've never felt better.
You keep your cure. I never felt better.
As long as there's a war going on, I still have a job to do.
It's true. That's right, Blade. You got fights.
Yeah. Then you're back
Boom.
on.
Morbius.
Oh. Damn, he says. All right, well, that's why they didn't put it in, because they didn't show us actual Morbius. You can't tell.
No. But the in the video, when you watch the director's cut or not the director's cut, but the commentary,
Sure.
they talk about it a little bit, and he was supposed to be the next kind of like team up hero type thing, but they were supposed to, fight it out and then work together. Yeah,
it'd be cool. I'm really looking forward to it. I think Jared Leto, because he's an overactor. He's a melodramatic overactor, right? And you would think that would play in well to Joker, but it obviously didn't. But I think with Morbius, it might going into, because Morbius is a very sad, depressed type of character. He's not this happy, cheerful thing. He's cursed himself. He did it to himself, right?
Well,
so.
And you kind of mentioned why Leto isn't good for the Joker. He's a melodramatic actor with sadness, and the Joker doesn't care. He literally doesn't care.
That's right. Yeah.
So him acting like he cares, or like there's pain and pathos, doesn't work for the Joker.
Nope.
He just doesn't care. He just lost his Marvel, and he just wants the whole world to burn.
That's right. One of the best lines from those Nolan movies, actually. And it came from The Butler.
Yeah.
Anyway,
most
guys.
quotable lines from The Butler.
Yeah. But thank you very much for coming. I'm glad that you mentioned that, Brad, because I've never seen that deleted scene, never. So that's really cool, because I am a solo and very lonely and sad little Morbius fan over here. But so thank you very much. But nevertheless, guys, thank you. Dazzler's here. Hello, Dazzler. How you doing? And Bullet says Chester is actually bookmarking that Jared Leto page. I am not.
He definitely
not.
is.
I think you did.
Not again.
Not again, right? It's already done, right? All right, go ahead and let's finish this up. Of course, guys, thank you very, very much for coming. Tales from Beyond the Gate is on Indiegogo. Please go check that out. You, of course, can go through Indicron, Picture Traders Indicron, and he graced our presence earlier with his gorilla self. And but definitely go support Tales from Beyond the Gate. 160 plus pages for $30. I mean, come on, it's a really good deal, and the art in it is absolutely stellar, and the writing's pretty good too, if I say so myself, and I say for DeWolf and Denali as well, and the other writers. But also keep in mind we have Handyman from Brad here, which is still going on. Please go check that out. The link has already been dropped. And also keep in mind that we have, although it's in demand right now, George's Joe King is still available, and you can go check that out. Plus many, many other books. There's a lot of really cool books going on right now. So check out Indicron and get involved. Beyond that, Denali, take us out of here, man.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for FanSpeak. I know it was a little bit of a different show than what we expected, but life happens.
Yeah.
Join us tomorrow for Bunny Vision Movie Night, which we'll be watching The Princess Bride.
Princess Bride, great movie.
Yep.
And
absolutely.
And don't forget about TFT.
Absolutely. We're going to be talking about what you know what? Cryptids.
I've been saying that all week. We're going to be, you keep forgetting I said it. I guess you don't want to talk about cryptids, I think is what it comes down to. But yeah, we're talking about cryptids.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. It's cryptids. It's cryptid.
Cryptids.
Cryptids.
No, cryptids.
Okay.
The crypts.
Oh my.
But join us for those shows. It's going to be a lot of funness. But as always, your perception shapes your reality, so always make it a good one.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Peace.
Gesundheit.
Later, guys.
Aloha.